As you would expect, Python has the usual array of math operators like addition, subtraction, and multiplication. So if you look at the operator symbols, addition, for example, is the plus symbol, subtraction is a hyphen, multiplication is an asterisk, division is a slash. Exponentiation is also available, and it's two asterisks, which do need to be together. That is, no space between the two asterisks. It's important to remember to see the results of your calculation, you must actually print it. So for example, if you run the example code into VS Code, a equals 1, etc., Python will actually do the calculations for you, but you won't see the result. You must include a print statement to see the result of any calculations. So the print A, B, and C will actually display the results of the values so that you can see what the result of the calculation is. As an example of how to do calculations in Visual Studio, you could assign, for example, the value of 42 to A, 24 to B, and then take the sum of the two. As we mentioned earlier, it's necessary to print the result to see the result of the calculation. So if I run this, in the lower window you can see that the results are printed out, 42, 24, and the sum, of course, which is 66. The other operations apply in a similar fashion. So if I change the plus symbol here to a minus and then ran it, you would expect to see the difference between 42 and 24. You'll see again the results 42 and 24 are printed and the difference 18 is displayed. Multiplication works by using an asterisk. And division works by using a slash. Finally, we can do exponentiation by using the two asterisks together. If I want to, for example, take 2 to the 4th power, I could do that by doing a asterisk asterisk and then a 2. Again, notice no space between the two asterisks. If I run the result, you'll see that I raised it to the 2 power. Let's raise it to the 4 power. I run the result. Again, 2, 4, and then 2 to the 4th power is, of course, 16. The other concept that's important to remember is operator precedence. As you know from your basic math classes, operators have a precedence. That is, some operations are completed before other operations. Without precedence rules, the following expression, for example, would be very ambiguous. D equals 3 plus 8 divided by 4, and with 2 asterisks, 2. If you did this left to right, you would actually get the incorrect answer. The reason is that the order of precedence is pretty clear. Exponentiation goes first, then division or multiplication, and then either subtraction or addition. For that reason, we have to actually raise 4 to the 2 power first, find that result, which would be, of course, 16. Then take 8 divided by 16, which of course is 0.5, and then actually do the calculation, which would end up being 3.5. It might be worth reviewing this, even though this is basic math, because this does come up occasionally. There are ways around it, of course, in terms of using parentheses, but understanding the order of precedence is going to be important. You can always verify, by the way, your result by running it in VS Code. So if I run this result, you'll see I get 3.5, which is what we had mentioned earlier. To check whether you understand the concept of precedence, I'd like you to try something. I'd like you to, on a sheet of paper, enter the following code on a sheet of paper. And then I would like you to evaluate this expression using the sheet of paper. Don't enter it into VS Code quite yet, but put it on a sheet of paper and actually figure out what is the value of f when you're finished. Then take this code, type it into VS Code, and run it. Do you get the same result? If you do, you understand operator precedence.